because sometimes we feel like we are not capable of it and we need more expertise, but this is not true. We are there, we know quite of things, and we underestimate ourselves sometimes. And this is where find a job in Germany comes into play. It's good for your future, because if you're from IT and if you are looking up for a job, then I would say Germany is heaven right now for IT professionals.
Hi, everybody, to another interview today with one of our former coaches, Suleman from Pakistan. Hey, Suleman, how are you?
Hey Tammo, I'm good. How about you?
I'm also very good. Suleman, you're in Berlin now, right?
Yes, uh, living in Berlin, enjoying the city, very beautiful city, yeah.
Awesome. We just said like we haven't seen each other for quite some time. You moved to Berlin. When was it? In July, you mentioned you moved here, right?
Yes, I moved 24th of June, just 1 week before starting my job here. So it was a hustle because I just first moved to hostel, lived there for 2 weeks, book a bed in a dormitory room, and lived there for a week. And then I moved my to my shared room, shared a flat, and
Uh,
now in Berlin, and all things are stable. We can discuss.
Okay, perfect. So let's do it systematically. So first of all, maybe you quickly introduce yourself, tell like what is your profession, what are you doing, and then we talk about how you got a job in Germany and about the interview process and what's different to the interview process in Pakistan and all that stuff. Yeah. So maybe tell us what is it that you're doing?
Okay, I'm a full stack developer, mainly working with the JavaScript ecosystem like React, Next.js, Node.js, Vue.js, Svelte.js. Work with the testing, automation testing using Cypress.js, using the JS React testing library. So yeah, full stack developer, mainly working on the front end part of it. Backend is still there, but not that much, because I my main position is front end engineer. And yeah, work life balance is very good in Germany, I would say. It's a bit relaxed. After job you'll find a lot of time to do other things, unlike our country, because we have to work sometimes after job hours, and it's really difficult to give time to your family, to your friends, and also definitely worth giving a try.
Okay, cool. Before we talk more about the company culture, work culture, I would be interested to know, like, we met in December 2021, right? So you joined us, we met, and then you joined our program. And I think it took you like 2.5 or 3 months to get an offer. I would be interested, how did you do that? Like, first of all, why did you decide, okay, I want to approach companies in Germany, I want to relocate here?
Yeah, I think we met on December. Yes, that is right. And I find a job 28th of February, last day of February. So I
Uh,
remember that. And yeah, it was, I would say this is a systematic process, and we should follow the process to find a job here in Germany. Because sometimes we feel like we are not capable of it and we need more expertise, but this is not true. We are there, we know quite of things, and we underestimate ourselves sometimes. And this is where find a job in Germany comes into play to overcome all those things, and help us actually to crack the points, the checkpoints needed to get a job in Germany. So it's a systematic process, and we should follow that to get a
And
job.
in the first place, why did you say I want to relocate to Germany? So what's your motivation to start this
Yes.
journey?
Yeah, like first I would say the motivation was definitely more salary, good work life balance. Uh, there are a lot of things I would say, but like the air quality, the family system, your family support, you'll have a family here. After some time you can get benefit for the families also, that we can't get in our home countries. And you get visa of 27 countries. You can travel to Switzerland, Finland, from like all those places, north down there, Portugal, Spain, and a lot of countries. So I'm a travel geek. I love to travel. So traveling point was there. And more the Berlin, because Berlin is famous for the parties and all those things, the nightlife. And also I want to see the chill scene of Berlin. And yeah, definitely it's like center of Europe, I would say. So you can relocate easily to UK also if you want to visit UK, because we have a lot of families in UK.
Mm.
And so it's I would say it's good. And moreover, it's good for your future, because if you're from IT, and if you are looking up for a job, then I would say Germany is heaven right now for IT professionals. And
Perfect.
Germany is heaven. I would say if you miss this golden opportunity, then you might feel regret after 5 years or 8 years, when this shortage will not be there, and it will be fulfilled in the next like 5 years. So who knows? So I was like, this is the golden opportunity, and I have to take that. So I
Okay.
just take that opportunity.
And how did you approach that? I mean, how did you do that then? First of all, how did you get interviews in the first place?
Yeah, the interview part was like, definitely you guys help me for that. So we started with making a CV. Should I mention all the process, like from the CV and all, or
No, that's up to you. I mean, maybe just what is important. What did you find important when drafting a new CV or your new profile? What was key for you? Your key
yes,
learning.
yes. I would say the main thing was the key point index, that KPI that we mentioned, that the Find a Job in Germany mentioned in their video course that they provide us. So the KPI was there, because mostly we focus on ourselves, that this is what I have did, that we have did for the companies. So we don't mention that what we have did for them, like focus on them always, because if the HR is reading your CV, so they should know that what benefit the employer get from you while you working with them. So this was the main thing, I would say, because this changed everything, the KPI and all. So I would say this was the main thing.
And if you remember the interviews you had, what would you say in the first rounds of interview? How would you describe the first rounds, and what was key for you to pass those first rounds?
Yeah, the first round was always, it is like a screening round. So for the screening rounds, we have a session with I have session with Jog. So he guide me all those things, that how I can approach to screening and all, because this is the first round that we get when applying for any job. So after that, I mostly cleared that rounds. And after that, the main thing was the coding challenges.
And
And
how would you describe the first rounds with HR, with the actual interviews? What kind of questions did they ask you? And yeah, what was different maybe for the interview processes you had before?
okay, okay. The difference part was that back in our home country, it's just like the formal thing, like what you did, how you did, and all. Okay, you are moved to next round. But here, it's not like that. It's a proper round, and you have to work on that. It's not like just get a goal and I just work on that, and you'll be promoted to do next round. So you have to work on it, like what you have did. They'll ask the questions regarding your tech stack, what how you work with and how the what benefit the employer get from you while you're working with them. So so like always read about the employer, so that how what employer is doing, and how you can contribute to their company while giving the interview on the screening round.
Perfect. And then in the next round, what was the next round like, the second interview round usually?
So second interview round all mostly is like coding challenge. They give you home assignment, and for the home assignment, you have to definitely work on the tech stack you are working on. You have to select that, and it can be anything for the task, if you're working on a front end or back end. So the coding challenge is there. For that, you have to, I would say, if you're a front end engineer or a back end engineer, you should focus on testing also, because testing here is very important. They do a lot of testing for their code. So the testing part was there, and your how you approach to a problem, the problem solving thing. And this was it. I think if you focus on the more quality code, then you'll clear that round easily.
Okay. And could you see a pattern in that for those coding rounds? Could you see, are they the same in the same companies? Were they the same coding tests, or were they different?
Back in home country, or like just
No,
like.
from the interviews, you had a couple of interviews, a lot of interviews with German companies. Could you see that the coding rounds were always the same, or were
Mhm.
the challenges, were they also different?
Challenge was like not that much different, but yeah, definitely they are different. Few of them asked about like creating a mini application.
Mm,
So for like create a website with all those features. Few of them just like this is the thing. Everything is built. Just focus on that part. This one component only, and it's done.
mm,
So it's like that. So it's not like always the same. But I would say when you get the challenge, you'll get the idea of it, like how you can solve it. Then you have to spend some time how you can improvise the code. It's not just like first you give the first attempt to it and do review the code by yourself
mm.
over the multiple times, so that you get like bugs out of it or something, improvements you can make to it. And yeah.
Perfect. And if you compare that to coding challenges you did back in Pakistan, what did you do differently when you did it for the German companies, or did you do it differently at all?
Back in Pakistan, mostly it's a hacker rank or Codility or some online link they gave us, that we
Mm,
just have to go there, solve 4 or 5 questions, and that's it.
mm,
But here it's not like that. Here they might give you the small module of their website. They have, for example, if the employer is working with some marketing website, so they might give you some small module about marketing.
mm,
You have to implement some marketing stuff in it, the SEO stuff and all. We have in the Next.js we have Next SEO. So
mm.
how you do the SEO part using your stack, using your tech stack. So they might give you the small module of your of their application. So just focus on their website. For example, if you get interview from some company, go to their website and see what they are working on, and you can expect something from them regarding their website also.
Okay, cool. And you spoke about testing as well. So what did you use to, or did you always write unit tests for your in your coding challenge?
Most of the time, I would say, most of the time.
Okay, what tools did you use for that?
For that, I use React testing library. Cypress I used. Mostly it's a Jest, right? It's a Jest
Mm,
and Enzyme. Other tools are built on top of it. So
mm,
like React testing library is built on Jest. Cypress, under the hood they use Jest and
mm.
Enzyme. So I would say if you are good on Jest only, then you can do other things also. So just focus on main languages that we use for the testing.
Okay, cool. And did you follow any other principles, like best practices to write your code? If so, or which one did you use? And do you also maybe have some yeah, I don't know, some books or some learnings you could share for other developers, yeah, to work on this?
Yeah, this is the book I have for the JavaScript.
Okay.
This is the book I have for the JavaScript, and I'm like, if you are good, if you are strong on like core principles, I would say then this is good. If you are following the JavaScript ecosystem, you should go in the JavaScript. And on top
Mm,
of that, work on the TypeScript also. And the principles is like uh, it depends on the language. If you're a Java developer, you have to be more expert on the object-oriented programming, the OOP stuff. If you're in JavaScript, you should focus on functional programming more.
mm.
And yeah,
Perfect. Cool. And then you passed the coding challenge. What was then the next round, the third interview round, like in the German interview process?
the third interview round was with my lead. So there was a lead and HR person. So he was there, and he just like go through the problem that I solved. He go through it, like ask me a few questions, that how you did that, why you didn't you use this approach, and why you just use this one. So I just ask them, and actually I did my best to explain all those concepts. And one thing, one tip for all those audience that is listening to this video, that that if you solve some problem and you get the next round out of it, what you can do, you should know all those pros and cons of the code that you have written. So then in the round, so when they ask the questions about it, you should know everything about it.
Okay.
So yeah.
Perfect, cool. And then in the last interview round, what was that like? The fourth interview round, what was that like?
Yeah, third interview round was like that, just I mentioned, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah, it was lead just asked me about some questions, and I just go through them. And the HR was just like there to I would say to check my communication skills or the
Mm,
team skills, I would say.
mm.
But the mostly it was you have to satisfy the lead.
And was there also a fourth interview round, like a team fit round in this company?
The fourth round was not a team fit; it was only lead and HR. So
Okay.
they just like gave me the offer, and I was like, okay.
Okay, so there is, because usually there's a fourth round where they emphasize a lot on, did you get a lot of questions like, what's your biggest weakness? Or did you ever had a problem with a colleague? Did they also, or did other companies ask you those kind of questions as well, like team fit questions?
Uh, like for the other companies, I don't like last till the last round. I was
Okay.
like second, third, second, third. And the last, this was the first final round, and I got the job offer.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Um, yeah, thanks for those insights. I mean, is there some general advice or you gave a lot of advice already, but is there a general advice you would give to our audience regarding the interview process with German companies? What you should be looking out for? How should you do that in a structured manner?
Okay, I can mention from my home country, and if you're coming from Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and those countries, uh, I know how they work and how Germany work right now. So I can give you opinion on that. So what you can do is like be professional, because like in being there, it was just like we don't focus much on these things. We just like we know everything. Just come them my way, and I will do everything. So don't do that, because you should be prepared, and you should like prepare for the interviews, just as like your exam, like your university exam. So you should focus on that, because it's not just like you just clear that right away. So be professional, and solve everything the best you can, and also learn along the way. For example, you are giving the interviews and you're failing, so analyze the mistakes and learn out of it, so that over the next rounds you should keep improve yourself. And then after 4 or 5 interviews, the sixth round or seventh the interview you give to the seventh company, you can get a job offer.
Okay, perfect. Many thanks, Suleiman. That was the first part of our interview. If you are also a software developer or working in tech and IT and you are interested in finding a job in Germany, just watch our 30 minutes training video, which you'll find below this video, and then book a get to know call with us. In this get to know call, we will assess your profile. If we find it interesting, we invite you to a second call, which we call career strategy consultation. And that is a video call, and there we will discuss about things in detail. And if it's a match, we're gonna start working with you, and then you also get a job offer in 2 to 3 months. Thanks again, Suleiman. See you for our second part where we talk about company culture and work life in Berlin. Thanks again.
Thanks.